What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another break on this Monday afternoon. Right now, we've got our 2024 Topps Chrome F1 Formula One qualifying lap 8-box number 6. Going to go ahead and get this shared over to the group, get everybody tagged, and we will go ahead and get started. Greg, having a hard time tagging. If you go buy something else on Facebook, let me know and I'll get that tag added for you. Christopher Whipple having a hard time tagging. If you go buy something else on Facebook, let me know. I will get that tag added for you. All right, got those tags in there. We'll go ahead and give everybody a couple of seconds to hop on in here while we're doing that. Get our 8 boxes out of this case. All right, got our 8 boxes there. We'll go ahead and get this moved out of the way. There we go. Let me get this lighting messed with one more time now that that case is out of there. See if we can't get it to brighten up a little bit. There we go. I'd have to check, Mark. I'll look into that for you. Don't believe we have any at the moment, but I can look into if we're getting more. All right. Now that we got that all figured out, let's hop into our browser here and get the names and drivers random. Got the names here first. 19 entries. Danny Matheny on top and Mikey McCaskill on the bottom. Roll the dice. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got a 5, so we're good there. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Mike McCaskill there on top. Danny Matheny on the bottom. Go ahead and get this reflected onto your screens. There we go. All right, and then we've got the team/drivers here. We've got the Williams drivers on top and Alpine drivers on the bottom. Once again, going to roll the dice. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got an 11, so we're good there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Oscar Piastri on top. Andrea Kimi on the bottom. Go ahead and get this reflected onto your screens. Then get a couple of spacing things fixed here, and then we will do our trade timer. There we go. All right, numbers should be lined up there. If you're curious on what spot you have or confused, just look at the number next to your name, and it should line up with a team or driver with the corresponding number, and that'll tell you which team or driver you have. 5 minutes on the clock starting now. While that trade timer's ticking, I'll go ahead and get our verification codes copied and pasted into our chats here. That is possible, Kenny. That is possible. All right, there we go. Verification codes have been pasted. Just about 4.5 minutes left on the trade timer. In case anybody else is out there. Kenny throwing up a driver to trade. All right, 4 minutes left on the trade timer here. Plenty of time if anybody does want to swap teams or drivers. All right, 3.5 minutes left on the trade timer here. Getting near the halfway point. Got a possible trade in the chat right now. Less than 3 minutes left on the trade timer. All right, do we have a trade confirmed there? Once Danny says that that trade is done, I will record that one. All right, we've got that trade. Let me get that trade recorded. 2 minutes left on the clock for anybody else that would like to make trades. All right, that trade should be reflected on your screens now. Just about 1.5 minutes left on the trade timer. Before we hop on in after this, guys, we do have a personal break coming up for the new March Madness personals that we dropped, but lots of other great breaks on the website as well. If you're interested, highly recommend checking those out. All right, last 60 seconds here. Just a little bit over on the trade timer. All right, less than 1 minute left on the trade timer. Looking for 4 exclusive black and white Raywave refractors per box. Hoping for a big auto or a low-numbered parallel. Last break I did, we did pull an out of 5. It was pretty cool. All right, less than 30 seconds left on that trade timer. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. All right, seeing no trades, those are going to be everybody's drivers. Good luck, everybody. Starting off with box number 1. Yeah, that would be... I can't wait. That's going to be an awesome one. I would love to pull a Lewis Hamilton auto. Got our first black and white Ray Wave here. I love F1 too because they're kind of like a little bit more niche, but the market is insane. And we've got a Lando Norris there on the checkered flag. And we've got our next black and white Ray Wave here. Love the look of these. They really pop in the light. Nice one there. Would also love to pull a Verstappen auto. That would be equally cool. And we got a nice Lewis Hamilton on the black and white Ray Wave there. A little bit of a tongue twister. And we've got a 6 out of 299. Peter Wisnicki there on the Future Stars. There we go. All right, just a couple more packs. Let me hop into box number 2. Still looking for a couple of our Ray Waves. There is going to be our other black and white there. We got a Kevin Magnussen. All right, let me get this base moved over. We'll hop into the last 4 packs of box number 1. Got a nice Verstappen on the Speed Demons there. Last pack of box number 1 here. All right, let me get this base moved out of the way. We'll hop into box number 2. Empty box there. Got our first black and white Ray Wave of this box there. love to see some more F1 relics, too. I feel like those would be sick. Like tire relics. I know NASCAR does something like that where they'll have suit relics or tire relics. Got a Fernando Alonso there on the black and white Ray Wave. And we've got a Sergio Perez here on the checkered flag. Got a Future Stars black and white Ray Wave there. And we've got a 90 out of 150 Oscar Piastri there. Nice one there. That one going over to Mikey. There you go, Mikey. Got a Camber and another Future Stars black and white Ray Wave there. Max Exterson. All right, 2 more packs here. Then we hop into box number 3. All right, let me get this base moved over. We'll hop into box number 3. Still hoping for a big auto. Would love to see one of those. It's been a while since I pulled an F1 auto. Empty box number 3 there. Nice Lewis Hamilton on the Camber insert there. And a Max Verstappen on the black and white Ray Wave. And we've got a Nikola Tulsov there on the Future Stars checkered flag. And we've got a Lando Norris on the black and white Ray Wave there. All right, next one here. Come on, let's see an auto. I would love to pull an auto. And we've got a Christian Mansell on the Future Stars black and white Ray Wave there. And we've got a Fernando Alonso there. 103 out of 150. Nice one there. Got a K-Skirt Stuka there on the black and white Ray Wave Future Stars. All right, 2 packs left, and we hop into box number 4. All right, let me get this basement over. We'll hop into box number 4 here. Empty box there. And we've got another Max Verstappen on the black and white Ray Wave there. And we've got a Victor Martinez there on the black and white Ray Wave. And we've got an Ayrton Senna there on the Legends checkered flag. And we've got another Max Verstappen on the black and white Ray Wave. 3 different images. Another nice one there. think that's the first time I've seen 3 different black and white Ray Waves for the same driver in a break. And we've got a Joseph Loki here. 128 out of 299 on the Future Stars. And we've got another Future Stars black and white Ray Wave there. All right, we got 3 packs left, and we hop into box number 5. Last pack of this box. There we go. All right, let me get this base moved over. We'll hop into box number 5. Empty box there. Good luck, everybody. First black and white Ray Wave of the box. Going to be an Isaac Hydra. And a Sebastian Montoya there on the black and white Ray Wave. And then we've got a Kevin Magnuson here on the checkered flag. Nice one there. Couple more packs here, then we hop into box number 6. Got a nice Sergio Perez on the black and white Ray Wave there. And we've got a 48 out of 99 Zach O'Sullivan. Nice one there on the green. There we go. Really nice looking card there. Got a Valtteri Bottas there on the black and white Ray Wave. Got a nice camber insert there of Max Verstappen. 2 more packs. Let me hop into box number 6 here. All right, let me get this base moved over. We'll hop into box number 6. Empty box number 6 there. Good luck again, everybody. Got our first black and white Ray Wave of the box there. And we've got an Oliver Goethe there on the F3 black and white Ray Wave. And we've got a Martinez Stenshorn there on the Future Stars checkered flag. All right, just a couple more packs here that we hop into our second to last box. Still hoping for a monster. Got a nice Carlos Sainz on the black and white Ray Wave there. And we've got a Max Verstappen here. 255 out of 299. There we go. That one going over to Kenny. There you go, Kenny. Nice number to Verstappen there. Congrats on that. Then we've got an Esteban Ocon there on the black and white Ray Wave. Excuse me. All right, last pack here. Then we hop into our second to last box. All right, let me get this base moved over, and we will hop into our second to last box here. Good luck again, everybody. Empty box there. And we've got an Oscar Piastri. Nice black and white Ray Wave there. And another Max Verstappen on the black and white Ray Wave. Max showing up a lot in this break. Got a nice Charles Leclerc there on the checkered flag. All right, just a couple more packs here, and then we hop into our last box. Got a nice Lewis Hamilton black and white Ray Wave there, featuring the car. And a Fernando Alonso there. And we've got a Fernando Alonso 88 out of 299. Nice one there. All right, 3 packs remain. Then we hop into our last box. All right, let me get this base moved over. We'll hop into our final box. Empty box there. All right, good luck, everybody. Got a Future Stars black and white Ray Wave there. And we've got another Future Stars there. This one, Andrea Kimi Antonelli. That one going over to Danny. There you go, Danny. Nice black and white Ray Wave Future Stars there. And we've got a 39 out of 225. Sergio Perez on the pink. Nice one there. Love the look of that card. Couple more packs here, then we hop into our recap. Another black and white Ray Wave there. Another one there. And we've got a Joseph Amari Marti there. Maria Marti on the checkered flag. All right, we got 3 packs left after this one. Then we hop into our recap. Appreciate everybody hopping on for this one. With the patience doing those Zenith breaks real quick before we hopped in here. All right, second to last pack here. All right, and last pack. Good luck, everybody. All right, let me get this base moved over. We will hop into our recap. Here we go. Got the Sergio Perez, 39 out of 225. Fernando Alonso, 88 out of 299. Max Verstappen there, 255 out of 299. Got the Zach O'Sullivan, 48 out of 99. Joseph Loki here. That would be 128 out of 299. Got the Fernando Alonso, 103 out of 150. Oscar Piastri there, 90 out of 150. And the Piotr Wisnicki, 6 out of 299. All right, that's going to do it for this break. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on with me. Hope you have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll see you in the